Welcome to our weekly program, The Inside Story of Chabad in America through the Mindel Archives. Today is Chamisha Osar Bishvat, Rosh Hashanah Li'Lonis, Rosh Hashanah New Year's for trees. Meaning, to establish when a person, when starts the Meiser, that a person gives a tenth or Truma. So the year starts Chamisha Osar Bishvat. So this is Rosh Hashanah Li'Lonis for fruits. Speaking about Meiser, as a Maimer Hamuzger, a tenth, when a person earns $1, 10 cents is not his. When a person earns $2, 20 cents is not his. That's called Meiser, a tenth. Now, I saw in the archives, I don't know if it comes from the Rebbe or Rabbi Mindel wrote an article somewhere that he writes there that there's a medrash, that the medrash says, it says, Aser bishvil ta'asher b'tira mazelcho. Give Meiser, a tenth, you'll become rich and you'll see your mazel. Now what connection, why does it say b'tira mazelcho? What connection does mazelcho have to ta'asher? Could have said, give Meiser and you'll be wealthy. But what is a mazelcho? So it says over there, a very interesting pshat I saw. Ta'asher, Tas is spelled Tov, Ayin, Shin, Reish. Mazelcha, your mazel, your luck, is spelled Mem, Zayin, Lamed, Chof. Tov is 400. Tenth of 400 is 40, the Mem of Mazelcha. Ayin is 70 of the Asher. A tenth of 70 is Zayin, 7 of Mazelcha. Shin is 300, a tenth is Lamed, 30, and Reish is 200, Chav is a tenth of 200, 20. So this is, that's why it says, B'tira mazelcha, to give Meiser. That's what I saw. Anyways, going back to Rosh Hashanah Li'Lonis, it says, Adam eitz hasodeh. A person is compared to a tree. In many ways, and I'll mention it soon. Just like a tree has a fruit, and a tree grows, and a tree goes. Like a person that goes straight, not like an animal. A behemoth is on the same level. And in many ways, a person is like a tree. So I want to share with you two letters from the Rebbe. The Rebbe answered to two different shluchim. The shluchim write that they're shluchim in a city for many years, and they work hard, and they do in afotzes hamayones, he and his wife, and they don't see fruit, they don't see peiros, they don't see balchuvas. They do whatever they can, but they so many years and they don't see balchuvah. So they want to ask the Rebbe, excuse me, maybe the Rebbe they'll come to New York, and maybe the Rebbe can send other shluchim here. Maybe they'll do a better job. That's what they write. So this is the answer, what the Rebbe answered them. There are two categories in planting. When you plant a vegetable, or when you plant a tree. The Rebbe says planting a vegetable is not much effort. You put in a seed, put soil, that's all. It's not much effort. And whatever comes out is whatever you put in. If you put in a potato, a seed of potato, potatoes come out. We do a cucumber comes out, but nothing else, only that. It could be 100 potatoes or 500 potatoes, but only potatoes. And to grow, it doesn't take long. And there is no continuation. Meaning, when it's grown, that's it. Then you have to start from the beginning. It doesn't grow again. Meaning, that by vegetables, there's a lot of numbers, you can have a lot of potatoes, quick, and no effort. When you plant a tree, is completely different. First of all, It's hard work. You have to put in a seed, and you have to put it very deep in the ground and the roots in order for the tree to be strong. It's very important. It's a lot of work. Also, the seed that you put in, it has many things after that. You have the trunk, the stem, branches, leaves, and finally you have fruits. And that takes years to grow, not like vegetable. But once it's there, once you did it, you don't have to do it again. It's good for the tree stays there and has more fruit for generations. That's the difference between a vegetable and between fruit. So just like a tree, you plant hard work, and that's and it takes a long time. The same thing also, a person in many ways, he has children, and the more effort you put in your children, the better the children grow up. There's many ways of connection between a person and a tree. But after you plant and do everything, you still need a bracha. And it says, Adam maimin v'zareya. A person plants, but a person has to have faith, emunah, that is going to grow. And you need rain. Rain is the bracha. You have to ask for rain. If not rain, nothing is going to grow. And that is the emunah. Then the Rebbe says that Adam eats hasodeh. Just like a person, the most important thing is the emunah, the faith. For a person, for later on, to grow in this world, to do the Torah mitzvahs, the foundation, the ikar, the root is the emunah. A tree is the same thing. Why is it? The root is the faith. Meaning that a root, you hide in the ground, very deep. A person's emunah is also hidden. You cannot see the emunah. So a person a tree is the same idea. The root, is the same thing. And if the roots are strong, then the whole tree is going to be strong. Just like by a person, if his emunah is strong, then his Torah mitzvahs will be strong. The trunk of a tree means the body. So the Rebbe writes here that the roots sucks up the nutrition from the ground, and the trunk stays strong. This is how it stays, like by a person. And the Rebbe mentions here is just like Yosef HaTzadik. Yosef HaTzadik, he was in Mitzrayim. We learned a few weeks ago, Ervas Haaretz. And Yosef HaTzadik remained b'tzidkosa in his tzidkes. He was called Yosef HaTzadik. There's only two people, I think, is called Tzaddik. Mordechai HaTzadik and Yosef HaTzadik. Because by them it says the word that Rebbe says, Yoim Yoim. Hananiah, Mishael, Vazariah also had Mesiras Nefesh. But by them it was once. We don't know if they'll be able to overcome every day. By Yosef and by Mordechai, it says Yoim Yoim, every single day they had Mesiras Nefesh. And Yosef overcame the Mesiras Nefesh. He remained b'tzidkos, because the Rebbe writes he nurtured from his father's emunah. The 17 years that Yosef was with his father, that he had emunah, and that he went through the Mitzrayim with that emunah, with his Torah mitzvahs. And then, just like a tree, a tree has fruit. These are the children. These are continuation for generations. So a tree also stays for generations. This is now. Therefore, the Rebbe says the shluchim, they should have patience like a tree, because they wrote that they don't see peiros. So the Rebbe said, the peiros, you have to have patience. And the Rebbe said they should stay and they should be matzliach. And the kachave. Now, it reminds me, a tree, we're saying, it stays for generations. Once a Litvish Yid came over to me and said to me, you're Chabadniks, when you are Mekarev people, if you would know that this person is not going to be a Chabadnik, you wouldn't even bother with him. You only want to be Mekarev to make him later that should be Chabadnik. They should be close to the Rebbe. That's what he told me. So I said to him, first of all, you are 100% wrong, but you're also right. You are wrong because Chabad, they go and they put on tefillin with people. They don't think what's going to be with them. They do a mitzvah. They bench esrig. They give matzah. They do everything. They give candles for women to light. They speak about Taras HaMishpacha. Who cares about becoming Chabad? As long as they are going to be from. So you're 100% wrong. Excuse me. But you're also right. If I have a choice, it's a hypothetical, if I have a choice, I have two people. One I know is going to be a Chabadnik, and one I know that is not going to be a Chabadnik. I would definitely put keches in both, for sure. But I would probably put more keches in the Chabad. Why? Because if I put on film with somebody, or if I make him frum, I know he's going to be frum, and maybe his children. But I don't know, I don't know who else is going to be. I don't know the generations. But if I make somebody Chabad, I know he's going to be a Fruma Yid, his children will be a Fruma Yid, and hundreds of thousands of Yidden in the city that he lives, he'll try to make Fruma Yidden. So of course, it's like the main thing is the continuation. And Taki over here, we see Kachave by this Shluchim. I know the names, I have the letters here, that these Shluchim had a lot of Atzlocha, they made a lot of Balchuvas, and this is the lesson of Chamisha Osar B'Shvat. Another letter that Rebbe writes, that speaking about fruits, that fruits have a taste and fruits have a smell. A taste symbolizes Torah, and a smell symbolizes mitzvahs. Torah, you learn and you absorb Torah, just like food. Food you eat, you absorb food, but that's it. You can't see the food anymore. When you learn Torah, you understand, you absorb, but that's it. Mitzvahs, on the other hand, is like a smell. A smell, you can smell 100 times, the smell still stays. So that's why by say, HaKeren Kayemes La'ilam Habo, when a person does a mitzvah, it's not only the schar in this world, but he has a lot of schar in the other world. That's what mitzvahs are. But be'emes, the truth of the matter is, Torah has both. Torah is learning Torah, and Torah also has Torah is also a mitzvah. So Torah has both. Torah has a smell and Torah has a taste. But after the Emunah and after everything, you have to know one thing. The Rebbe says, Moyach shalit al halev. The mind has to work over the heart, has to rule over the heart. And that's why the Eibishter made a person should grow tall like a tree. A person has three important organs. The moyach, the brain, in the middle is the leiv, the heart, and on the bottom is the koved, the kloyes, the liver, the kidneys. Moyach has to shalit al halev, not like an animal. An animal, the head and the heart and the liver are in the same level. That's how they walk. By a person, the Eibishter made that the brain is on top, and the heart is in the middle, and the bottom is the liver and the kidneys. Moyach rules. If not, he said, it's like a lemech. You're a lemech. Lemech means leiv, heart, moyach, and kovit. You're like a behema, like a lemech. And this is the lesson that we learn from Chamisha Osar Bishvat. Odom eitz hasodeh. Odom is the ground. In a person there's four names: Adam, Ish, Enosh, and Gever. He says the word here, Adam. Adam is in the ground as the lowest, but the Adam can reach the highest. Because in the word Adam, the Rebbe says, is Aleph is Adam, Dalet is David. Adam Arishon, we know, gave David 70 years of his life. Adam Arishon was supposed to live 1,000 years, but he gave away 70 to David. And Mem is Mashiach. The Mashiach comes from David. So here we learn from the Shoshana Leilonis that a person should make a cheshbon hanefesh. That his emunah is the most important thing, as we just said, and to make strong the emunah is by learning Chasidus, as we once mentioned, that Chasidus gives a person the real emunah, and that's how he can overcome the world, and he strengthens his mitzvahs, and he doesn't have fotzos hamayones, and through that, through learning Chasidus, this is hafotzos hamayones, yafutzu meinesecha chutza, and this will bring Mashiach b'meira v'yameinu speedily nowadays. Amen. Thank you.